now in the gold medal game against Concordia as we look at the bracket here. And then Toronto yesterday facing the New Brunswick Reds, won that game 4-1, a fairly easy game for them. And looking at this bracket now, I mean, who would have thought that the Cougars, an 8th seed, would be all the way in the final against the defending champs.
And speaking of that, they are the very first 8th seed who's ever played in a final. There have been lowest seeds in there, but that was back when the tournament was only 6 teams. So really goes to show how this is anyone's game, anyone's championship. We're getting set here now for the starting lines. And we will also take this time quickly to note our officials for the game: Jennifer Berezowski, Elizabeth Manta, Sophie Thompson, and Aaron Zach. Lauren Dabrowski for the X-Women. She's been tremendous so far for them. We will not be here for all the full starting lineups as we head to a quick break. Alex Cole, Daniela Ponticelli will be back with this exciting consolation final to kick off Championship Sunday at the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship from Montreal. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Welcome back to the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside Alex Cole. This is the 5th place consolation final, a chance for these teams to finish with the best ranking you can get in the consolation bracket, and of course finish your season with a win. Plus 3 games for both of these teams, which is also something special, as 2 teams in the national competition, of course, only get to play twice, and those were the teams these teams defeated to get here. Alex, let's quickly break down the starting goaltenders, starting with Toronto's Erica Fryer.
Yeah, and Erica Fryer, obviously one of the best goaltenders in all of U Sports. 1.39 goals against average in the regular season, 93.6% save percentage. And then yesterday against UNB was special from the beginning, made so many incredible saves, and was a huge reason why Toronto was able to keep that 4-1 lead. Going across the ice now over to Jamie Johnson, 1.92 goals against average throughout the year, 91.7% save percentage. And then, you know, yesterday against Nipissing, let in 3 goals, didn't have a ton of shots, but, you know, did just enough to win the game, and that's all you need from your goaltender in these moments.
And as we get set, it's the X-Women in blue, Toronto in white, and they're getting ready for a fight for 5th place, chance to finish with a win. Of course, both teams defeated in the quarterfinal round to send them down to the consolation bracket. There's the whistle for Erica Fryer. Alex talking about those great stats on the goaltenders. Erica Fryer, 40 saves so far through 2 games, 44 shots against, so 4 goals allowed. She's played all 120 minutes of those games and has been tremendous for the Varsity Blues throughout the season. And over the other way to Jamie Johnson, who's just forced to freeze the puck. She came away with 36 saves on 42 shots, and that's good for a .857 save percentage and 2.86 goals against average through 2 games. Small sample size, of course, but just shows you how things are moving along here in this championship level. If you're just joining us, this is the consolation final. And we've got 2 very competitive teams, the AUS finalists in the X-Women and the OUA champion, Toronto Varsity Blues. Now the X-Women coming in close. Frappier, though, for Toronto. We'll know she's hungry for some goals. Overall, Frappier has not touched the score sheet here in the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. As the battle now down deep in the Toronto zone. And Fryer will just settle that right down. We've got a broken stick rather, on the ice.
Yeah, Erica Fryer just making the safe decision there to freeze the puck, allow her team to get a breather and, you know, keep the face-off going. And one thing I've noticed is both teams a little bit slow to start the game here. Makes sense, you know, they've played 2 games already.
And sometimes it is just a little bit of a feeling out process. We'll see how these 2 teams ramp up quick and in front of the net. Driving it out of the danger zone and into the attack. Absolute warriors. Katie McKenna was stick handling her way through there and has it again. McKenna looking for Caitlin McKnight. McKnight has to fire it in, nearly tipped in by Blaise Savoie, who gets down there for a moment. Vivian Hinch, a phenomenal skater for StFX, and there's a penalty coming, our first of the day, Alex.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge here as Toronto is going to get to go to the power play. And we look at their power play percentage so far this year, and it's 3rd in all of U Sports at 23.7%. And then you look at the penalty kill percentage for StFX, about mid-pack, 13th at 88.5%. So Toronto with an opportunity here to get on the board first.
They've only had 3 power plays throughout the competition this weekend, and they've gone 0 for 3 on those. We'll see if there's a change here in this 5th place final. Just as quickly, though, StFX responding. StFX has been 7 for 8 on the penalty kill through this weekend. And now Emma Potter, a 2-time goal scorer in this weekend's tournament, already for Toronto. 1 in each of the quarterfinal and the semis. Captain Taylor Trussler as well, touching the score sheet. She's out on the ice. And the StFX trying to make something happen shorthanded. Maggie Burbage, their top scorer, but that will be an icing call.
And a strange icing call at that, considering it's a penalty kill. StFX should be allowed to do that, or maybe they're saying there was some sort of high stick, but it's coming all the way back in the StFX zone, and they're not even protesting it right now.
Again, if you're just joining us, Toronto varsity blues in white and the StFX women, ex-women in blue. Toronto on a power play, 1:20 to go here. As Carolyn Eagles, Madeline Walsh and Céline Frappier now looking to connect. Right in front of the net of Jamie Johnson. They score! Toronto on the board first.
Yeah, and Toronto obviously just a very strong start there as Lauren McDonald putting that one in the net, and Jamie Johnson was sprawled out there, couldn't really get to the rebound, and that one's in the back of the net. And we've been saying all weekend long how the varsity blues have a great power play. They just hadn't been able to show it in the tournament, and there they get their first power play goal. So a huge opening for them in this consolation final.
And Lauren McDonell also hadn't touched the score sheet just yet this weekend. There's been fewer chances for them. Starting with that quarterfinal, of course, then they put together 4 big goals in the consolation semifinal, proving their strength as OUA champions. We'll get a confirmation on the goal in just a moment, but either way, Toronto up 1-0 early on here over the number 7 seed StFX ex-women out of Antigonish, Nova Scotia. And now Ellie Brown using the boards to give it up to Leah McDonald. And McDonald right in front of the net. Too good a chance to give to a player like McDonald, or McLeod rather. So
yeah, it looks like a penalty is being called on the ice right now. And yeah, it's actually going to be the Toronto varsity blues. That's going to be Carolyn Eagles going to the box right there. So StFX now gets to flex their power play, 5th in all of U Sports at 22.4%. The penalty kill percentage for Toronto, also 5th in U Sports at 92.7%.
And immediately off the draw, Dabrowski just fires it in. Fryer just checking it didn't go 5-hole, it was right between the pads there, but that goal again by Toronto, Lauren McDonell with the credit, as Carolyn Eagles, who open scoring for Toronto overall in this tournament, is in the penalty box. So right now it's StFX first power play of the game, as Maggie Burbage, of course their top scorer, out on the line, and here's a chance shorthanded. Can't meet the puck where it is though. Dabrowski will try to settle it down, getting pestered by Natasha Athanasakos. Again, Athanasakos just tremendous during the regular season for Toronto. Their assists leader. And Ella Vandesample for StFX also out there on this power play. 1:20 left to go here on the player advantage, as StFX hopes to tie it up after a power play goal by the varsity blues. Madeline Walsh protecting the blue line for Toronto in white. Vandesample up to McLeod. McLeod far boards looking for Burbage. No pass there. There's the pass in the skates though. Madeline Walsh creating some troubles along with Lauren Omoto, and so that will be whistled down.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing Toronto and StFX play a very solid game right now, and on the penalty kill, the varsity blues have been doing a very good job. StFX, they can't really get anything going right now. Varsity blues just showcasing why they are the top seed in the entire tournament.
The varsity blues went 0 for 3 on the power play during their 2 games. And StFX 0 for 5 as they look to change that. Again, teeing up Kaya Moss. Is trying to find her teammate in the slot. As the time ticks down here, 10 seconds left on the player advantage for StFX. And Brown tries to slap it in. Chisholm with a big shot right in front of the net. And it's whistled down. The play was continuing, Alex, right in front. Couldn't make out what was happening right in front of Erica Fryer.
Yeah, and Erica Fryer just doing a good job to track the puck as we see the replay here. Sees that slap shot the whole way through, then the puck sort of trickling through the crease, she's able to extend her glove out and just freeze that puck, and that's textbook goaltending from the Toronto veteran.
And so now back to even strength out on the ice. Toronto with a 1-0 lead right now after power play marker by Lauren McDonnell. And Toronto trying to work the puck around. Madeline Walsh out there, one of the graduating players. And it will be McDonnell once again working it along the near boards as that's whistled down for an offside.
And so for StFX, they're just going to need to get more pucks on goal here. If you want to be able to defeat Erica Fryer in net, you're going to have to get her moving side to side. You're going to have to put bodies in front. And that's just something StFX hasn't really done so far in the first 6 minutes.
And Blaise Savoie trying to work the slot to getting close for Toronto. And she's getting there, just no teammate to pass to. So Lewis will play keep away. For StFX, now up, back to Lewis. In the sticks, Isabella Greco already with an assist this tournament, looking for McKnight. McKnight now back behind the net. Over to the other side, Sophie Grombarger, who also got on the score sheet in that semifinal game. Captain Taylor Trussler meeting the puck up in the Toronto zone. Back down to Athanasakos and to Walsh. Through the neutral zone. And they rim the puck around the backboards. Captain Josie Chisholm of the StFX X-Women graduating this year. This will be her final game for StFX. Still some U Sports eligibility though, Alex, so you can never say never. Natasha Athanasakos now. Moving the puck around to Emma Potter. She's looking for a long shot. It goes wide. Trussler was hoping to collect that rebound. Now back. Varsity Blues still in control. Hilton to Potter off the boards. And they'll play this game as much as they can. Possession time here for Toronto just racking up. Just as quickly though, Maggie Burbage will change the pace, and a big feed to Vukoza. And just shy of that timing. Another chance for the X-Women. Not this time. Grombarger changing the pace. Dabrowski protecting. Vukoza looking to fire that one off. It's kept in by Eiley McEwen, by the way. Again, McEwen out on the ice. She's also touched the score sheet this weekend. Carolyn Eagles. Solid tandem between those two. And down deep. That is an icing call. Or rather, yes, we'll regroup in the Toronto zone.
Yeah, and so far, it's really been more of a neutral zone game. Ever since Toronto was able to score on that power play, we've seen both teams sort of fighting along the boards. It's become more of a physical game. Neither team really able to use their speed to their advantage right now, but perhaps the game will open up as we get deeper into this.
Toronto looking to clear the puck. As Kaya Moss for the X-Women will send it back, or try to anyhow, back in that neutral zone, as Alex was just saying. Camden Switzer trying to get by. She falters just briefly, and so weaving around are the Varsity Blues. Carolyn Eagles, again, already on the score sheet. Open scoring for Toronto in their quarterfinal against the MRU Cougars, who will be playing in tonight's gold medal game. Eagles again back behind the net. And to play this up. Now McDonnell will fire another one. She already has a goal in this game for Toronto to get them that 1-0 lead on the power play. Abby Lewis for StFX. And a free puck. Céline Frappier fires one. What a save by Johnson. Now up high, touches net.
Yeah, and a good save there by Jamie Johnson. And so far, a solid game from her. Let in a goal earlier, but has made some good saves with the pads. And obviously, as a goaltender, you want to see a lot of action early, get yourself into it. The Varsity Blues, though, they're being a little bit selective with their shots. It's something we saw against the Reds yesterday.
And immediately fired off the draw. Trussler trying to catch Johnson out of place. She reads it well. Emoto along the blue line up to Walsh. Back behind Graubarger, looking for some space. She sends it to Athanasakos along the near wall. Graubarger again out there in white for the Blues. Well, StFX, McLeod to Burbage and over to Vukoza. Big shot, that goes just wide. Vukoza right there to get it. Protection from the line. Van de Sample in front of the net now. And the penalty is coming. A hooking call assessed to Natasha Athanasakos, so the ex-women get a second chance.
Yeah, and you know, on that first power play, they weren't able to get a lot going. The shooting lanes, the passing lanes were all clogged up by the Varsity Blues, but now's a great opportunity to sort of simmer it back down, be able to just regroup, and also showcase, you know, we're still in this game. It's 1-0. We're one shot away from tying this up. It's still very early on in the match, and you know, you want to kind of get Erica Fryer tested. She's seen 4 shots so far in the game, but none of them have really been that menacing.
And StFX fires one off again. They are on the power play right now. They were unable to get going on special teams with the player advantage in their first 2 games of this tournament. That could turn around right now as Kaya Moss, their all-star rookie, captain Josie Chisholm, unfortunately can't keep it in. So there goes some great penalty killing so far from Toronto. As Abby Howland, player of the game in that consolation semifinal yesterday, out on the ice with the killing unit. And 1:20 to go here on this StFX power play. To Burbage now. Try to tee it up. Looking for Ellie Brown. She's also got a goal in this tournament. Vukoza trying to provide some support. She gets her stick on the puck. Dabrowski's along the line. Can she stop Graubarger? Not quite, so instead, Van de Sample will look for Burbage on the far wall. Gets it up to Chloe Vukoza. Now Burbage. There's a soft touch to Dabrowski and another shot by McLeod. All stopped by Fryer. Back in it, Van de Sample. Over to Burbage. Burbage being patient, trying to get away, create that space. Little pass to Dabrowski. Teed up, and just a short missed time there, but what a pass. Still in this, McLeod, 25 seconds to go on the power play. Burbage along the far side, back to McLeod. McLeod now switching spots to Burbage. Burbage looking for that sharp angle there. Release from McLeod, and that's no good. Erica Fryer standing tall for Toronto.
Yeah, Erica Fryer's been so good, and she's one of those goaltenders who the more shots they get, the better they get throughout the game, and that's exactly what we saw against the Reds yesterday. The Reds were getting so frustrated. They were out shooting the Varsity Blues all game long, but just couldn't get a couple of past Fryer, and that turned out to be the story of the entire game.
As this StFX power play, their second of the game, winds down, officially over, back to even strength, as Natasha Athanasakos out on the ice for Toronto right now is to provide that extra support, but McNinch will try to get through traffic, does she? And it's a pile up in front of the net of Erica Fryer. There goes the whistle this time, and some after whistle antics as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and it seemed like the puck had been frozen there. We saw a couple of times yesterday in the championship semifinals where the referees were either really quick with the whistle or they waited very long for the whistle, and there was an instance of them just sort of waiting it out. The referee could see the puck, and I think everybody on the Varsity Blues kind of held their breath for a second there as they really thought that they had it, but luckily for them, they still come away with the face-off.
Micaiah Mazur taking that face-off for StFX, and they nearly get one quick off the draw, but instead Varsity Blues now will try to spend some time in their offensive zone after staving off their second StFX power play. And the ex-women will just put it down deep. Anna Makara, or Makara rather. As Laura Nomoto looks for the pass, and that gets covered up instead.
And so one thing to watch out for in this game, obviously, is the Varsity Blues yesterday, they were able to beat the AUS champs, and now they're playing the AUS finalists. And I think for the Varsity Blues, they think, well, if we can beat the champions of this conference, we could certainly beat the finalists. And I think that's something that Concordia will be thinking about a little bit later on as well, considering they beat UBC and now get to play Mount Royal in the championship.
That's true. They did get to face 2 Canada West opponents. Those games will be just as exciting as this one right now. These 2 teams giving it their all here, and that's a very quick offside. And by the way, these 2 teams, StFX X-Women coming in as the number 7 seed, and of course Toronto is the top seed that was toppled by the number 8 Cougars. Day 1, game 1, to think back all that way, Thursday afternoon. But both of these 2 teams were last in the national competition in 2020. That one was canceled. And prior to that, their best showings have been silver for the StFX X-Women and 1 championship for Toronto in their history in 2021, or 2001 rather.
Yeah, and that's obviously a rich history there for the Varsity Blues, but the StFX X-Women, I mean, this is a program that's always near the top of the AUS. They've been very strong over the last few years, and, you know, I think they're going to be a mainstay of national championship tournaments for years to come.
And Howland winning that neutral zone draw for Toronto as they get in deep. Katie McKenna trying to create some space, looking for those lanes. And the X-Women will work to free it. Emma Potter now trying to chase it down. And she'll be able to get there before any icing call. StFX on the forecheck. Here's Burbage. Pass to Brown. That one just high. And now Kaya Moss. Again, the future of StFX, when you consider all she's been able to put together in her rookie campaign. And now with this experience added on top of that. Abby Howland trying to beat Dabrowski into the near corner. Dabrowski, player of the game for StFX in their consolation semifinal. Kaya Moss trying to get by. Toronto shoots. Johnson with a save and another one. Incredible work by Jamie Johnson on that second chance.
Yeah, 2 great saves there. Obviously one with the pads, then the rebound, being able to track it, pushing off with the left skate and getting over there in time. And the Varsity Blues now, it's really been all X-Women over the last few minutes, but they're going to try to come back and maybe even get that second goal.
And Blues Francesca Monti was trying to keep it in for her team just as quickly. StFX will put on the speed. Drive the action down for Micaiah Mazur. She was hoping to catch up to the puck there. Kept out by Monty once again. Now with Anasakos. She'll drop it down deep. We talk about these players. Vivian Hinch, she scored a goal for StFX in their 7-3 win over the Nipissing Lakers in that consolation semifinal. And 2 of those goals were empty netters, but still to put together 5 goals with a goaltender in front. And Nipissing, just a tough team too, the OUA finalist. And now Chan trying to touch the puck. Camden Switzer will keep it away. Switzer as well with a goal so far in this tournament. As we're within the final 5 minutes here of the first period. Céline Frappier now with a chance. Getting in close, and another one stopped. Stick side by Johnson. And Omoto looking for Frappier. Frappier setting up near corner. Little redirect by the X-Women as they work to clear the puck. Switzer pokes it forward. And now Ellie Brown trying to get her stick on the puck. Up against Madeline Walsh though. And Blaise Savoie coming in for Toronto, looking to defend. Right in front of the net. A chance for Burbage. And it's stopped by Walsh. Now Dabrowski trying to set up, and there was plenty of time there as traffic getting in the way, but a heads-up play by Madeline Walsh to help stop Burbage right in front of the net. Now Dabrowski for the X-Women. For support, Dabrowski setting up. Could there be a tip-in? It's popped out instead. 3:20 to go here in the first period. And coming in fast, Abby Howland. Rebound over to the stick side. Eileen McEwen was ready on the other side. And Toronto will just send it down deep. Hilton. Kaya Moss fighting for it back behind the net of Johnson. Johnson playing in all 3 games for the X-Women in net. She played 120 minutes before coming into this game. And now Vivian Hinch send it back the other way. Right in front of the net, a chance. Graubarger was looking for it from Potter. Now a little pass to Hilton. Hilton, dump it down deep. Natasha Athanasakos putting on the speed to get to Vivian Hinch. Hinch will flip it over to Thompson now. Jaden Thompson as well, touching the score sheet this weekend. Tremendous for the team, one of the graduating players. Athanasakos for Toronto. Hoping for the feed to Trussler. It gets interrupted. Olivia Sutton down deep for the X-Women. Over to captain Josie Chisholm. And McKnight will look to bring it back in for Toronto. Final 2 minutes here as Chan looks to get in for Toronto. Down. And that gets stopped.
Yeah, and so a very interesting few minutes of play here from the Varsity Blues. They've kind of started taking this game into their own, but we have seen a few defensive breakdowns from the Varsity Blues. The X-Women have had their chances. They just have gotten caught with some bad puck luck. The puck keeps bouncing over their sticks. They're just not getting the luck they need, and Erica Fryer obviously very happy to see that.
And the X-Women trying to find some clear paths out of their zone. They at least force Toronto back deep into their end. And Chan unable to keep it in there, but Kaya Moss forced to chase down the puck. Moss looking for Dabrowski, but Frappier in the way. No, not quite. Dabrowski able to settle it. Looking for McCara. McCara over the blue line. No, not to Switzer this time. We'll have a neutral zone draw coming up.
Yeah, and it's actually going to be a penalty here coming up to StFX. It's going to be Anna Makara going to the box there. And so the Varsity Blues, they had 1 power play so far in this game. They were able to score on it, their first power play of the tournament. So an opportunity for them to go up by 2 before the end of the period. And if they don't score here, well, they'll have 57 seconds of power play time to start the second.
Yeah, so they're 1 for 4 right now over the 3 games so far. Trussler looking for that feed, and in front, they're good for 2. Toronto extending their lead again on the power play.
Yeah, and once again, it's a rebound that's not being cleared in front. And, you know, as a goaltender, once you make the first save, it's sort of the responsibility of your defense to clear it. And Jamie Johnson, on 2 separate occasions, not being bailed out by her defenders there. As you see the first save with the pad and then right on the doorstep. I mean, that goes right in as Graubarger is able to tap that one in. And, you know, she's been so good in this tournament, had a goal yesterday against the Reds, also had an assist, and now adds to her tallies.
Assisted by Taylor Trussler, who's also seen plenty of success so far in this tournament for Toronto. But right now, final minute of play here in the first period. As Toronto gets clicking, of course, taking those opportunities when they get them on special teams, as we've seen so many teams do in this competition. The back pass from Howland to Eileen McEwen, that just gets stopped short. Right in front of the net, collected. And there is a call coming now again against the X-Women with just 20 seconds left to go. It'll be a tripping call as well, Alex.
Yeah, and so you can tell that the X-Women are getting a little bit tired here. You know, they've played 2 games already, so have Toronto, and you're going to see these tripping calls. You're going to see these kinds of penalties as teams get a little bit more fatigued out on the ice. And 2 for 2 on the power play so far are the Varsity Blues. Can they go 3 for 3? They've only got about 20 seconds left in the period, so It's not a lot of time, but they certainly made it look easy on that last one. They scored about 10 seconds into the power play.
Just going to say they made it work very quickly off the top. Also, Taylor Trusser, that is her 4th assist of the tournament. We'll see what happens out here now. Toronto setting up for their 3rd power play. Céline Frappier looking for that centering feed right in front of the net of Johnson. And that one cleared out a little quicker. Walsh trying to tee up for McDonnell. Again, Walsh. Oh, and just whipped on it, Céline Frappier, but had she been ready, who knows what would have happened. And there goes the buzzer. And quite honestly, in a lot of ways, X-Women perhaps saved by the buzzer there as they can regroup now. 1:40, though, still left on a penalty kill for StFX. And, of course, they're now 0 for 2 on those kills.
Yeah, and you know, that's really been the issue with this game. We're going to look at the power plays right now, and they're saying Toronto with the 3, but that's obviously the one that they're in the middle of right now. StFX 0 for 2, and it's really special teams that has been the issue in this game. Shots total 6 for each team right now. And you know, Jamie Johnson, she has played well though. She has made some solid saves. It's just those rebounds have really been the issue. And we saw there the buzzer, that could have easily been a buzzer beater.
And we will head down now with an interview with Maggie Burbage by our very own Isabelle Germain.
Well, we're joined by Maggie Burbage. Maggie, it's Izzy. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You got 2 years under your belt now at StFX. I want to talk first just the transition from NCAA to U Sports and how you found it.
It was difficult at start. I mean, the speed's a little bit different, but I'm really happy to be home. And X really welcomed me when I came in. Obviously, not something you want to happen for your program to shut down, but it's been really good so far. I'm enjoying this year, and I enjoyed last year as well.
Well, you've been lighting it up, Maggie, and you had 47 points this year. I know you have probably an answer that is going to credit your teammates, but what did you find the success this year in finding the back of the net so easily?
Izzy, you know me too well. I just give it all to my line mates and my teammates this year. I had a lot of fun playing with Leah and Chloe. I don't think we're done yet, but it's just been a joy to play with them. They're such good hockey players, and I have everything to accredit to them.
Well spoken like a true leader, Maggie. You've got 2 goals on the power play for Toronto. How are you going to adjust going forward in this game?
I think honestly, I think we need to get more shots in their zone. We haven't really tested this goalie very much. She's pretty small, so I think we can get some pucks upstairs on her. And I think just in our zone, picking up sticks. I mean, they just put pucks to the net. UMB does the same thing. We're kind of used to it. They just put pucks to the net, and they just crash the net. So I think we need to pick up sticks, pick up bodies. But I think we're fine. I think we're going to get one early in the second, hopefully. So.
Maggie, you know I'm a big fan. You've been fun to watch since a young age, and it's really fun to watch you develop in the leader that you are for this team. I know you're going to pot one for us today. Best of luck.
Thanks so much, Izzy. Good to talk to you.
That's our very own Isabelle Germain interviewing Maggie Burbage, the lone player so far to score a hat trick in this entire tournament, that in their consolation semifinal. And as she said, calling a goal in the second period, well, they'll certainly need it, Alex, as right now they're down 2 against the top seed Toronto Varsity Blues, playing for 5th place in this consolation final. We'll be back with so much more hockey on the other side. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside Alex Cole, and you're watching U Sports on CBC.
stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Saint-Hubert, Côte-des-Neiges, and Complexe Desjardins Rotisseries are proud partners of the U Sports 2023 Canadian Women's Hockey Championship. Every year, U Sports celebrates its best student athletes, honoring major accomplishments in each sport. Here are the nominees and the winner of the 2023 U Sports Rookie of the Year Award.
The nominees for the U Sports Women's Hockey Rookie of the Year are, en nomination pour le prix de la recrue de l'année en hockey féminin U-Sport 2023, des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Oriana McNeil, Université de l'Île-du-Prince-Édouard, UPEI, du Réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Jade Picard, Université de Montréal, Montreal, du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Kiana McKibben, l'Université de Windsor, University of Windsor, et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Sydney Mercier, Université de Calgary, University of Calgary. La recrue de l'année en hockey féminin U-Sport est, the winner of the U-Sports Rookie of the Year in women's hockey is, Sydney Mercier, Université de Calgary, University of Calgary.
We are in the first intermission of this fifth place consolation final between the StFX X-Women, the number 7 seed, and the top seed Toronto Varsity Blues. And right now the Blues up 2-0. Be heading on to the power play for 1:40 at most when we return in the second period. Goals scored by Toronto's Lauren McDonnell, just shy of 3 minutes into the first period on the power play, and then another power play marker, that one by Sophie Graubarger, assisted by Taylor Trussler for her 4th of the tournament, and Emma Potter's first assist, but she's already got 2 goals under her belt as well. You're listening to the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside Alex Cole. We'll be back. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Saint-Hubert-Côte-des-Neiges and Complexe Desjardins Rotisseries are proud partners of the U Sports 2023 Canadian Women's Hockey Championship. You too can celebrate each U Sports team's gold medal victory with your very own commemorative apparel from T. Litson Sports. Fans of basketball's Carleton Ravens and Guelph Griffins in track have been flocking to shop.usports.ca to purchase their piece of history. Tomorrow, the championship collection from this championship weekend will be available for purchase, but hurry, supplies will go fast on this limited time offer. That's the U Sports Championship collection on sale at shop.usports.ca. And our officials are taking the ice to set up for the second period of action here at the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship, the fifth place consolation final. And this is how it's been shaking out. Toronto with a 2-0 lead, and they'll be on the power play for at most a minute 40 when we return. But shots on goal tied at 6, and just shows you the defense in play. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside Alex Cole. Alex, what do you make of the way these teams have been playing through 20?
You know, I think the Varsity Blues, they're just kind of continuing that path they set forward yesterday against the University of New Brunswick Reds. I mean, they won that game 4-1. Erica Fryer was phenomenal in that game, just like Erica Fryer was phenomenal in that first period. UNB, those were the AUS champs. Now they're playing the AUS finalists, and they're having just as easy of a time right now. You know, the X-Women, they've had some shots on goal, they've had some opportunities, but really it's the X-Women's discipline that has been an issue. They've given up 3 power plays so far. We're only 20 seconds into the third one. And so far, the Varsity Blues are 2 for 2 on the power play. And, you know, it's all been the rebounds. The X-Women have struggled with clearing the puck from the crease. And each time that happens, Toronto has been able to capitalize. So they've been the better team so far, but there's still plenty of hockey left to be played.
And both of these teams, of course, helmed by terrific head coaches. For the X-Women, it's Ben Berthomew, and for the Toronto Varsity Blues, Vicky Sun-O'Hara, who actually won for the 3rd time U Sports Coach of the Year for women's hockey. Of course, a 3-time Olympian as well in her own right, and to be in this position is intriguing as the #1 seed, but you have to treat every opponent like they're the top seed. In fact, that is what Sun O'Hara told me just before this tournament. They did not take the Cougars lightly. The Cougars earned that 3-2 win in regulation, and now they're in the gold medal game tonight. But right now, Consolation final on the line, a chance to close out the season with a win. Hold your head high, putting together 2 wins after a quarterfinal loss. And that's the way this tournament shakes out. Again, Toronto, the team on the power play right now. They had to start in a defensive zone draw, and so Trussler now will protect the near sideline. Trussler back and forth, Potter. Back to Trussler to Hilton. Hilton winds up. Bit of a soft touch now right in front of the net. Hilton trying to meet the puck. And bounces as the StFX X-Women try to kill this one right in front of the net. Johnson reading that one, it just goes wide. Here's a chance, wound up, Emma Potter finds Twine, and that makes it 3-0 for Toronto.
Yeah, and Toronto 3 for 3 on the power play now, and it seemed like Jamie Johnson caught a little bit out of position as the puck was being wrapped around and then wasn't able to get ready and set for that shot. And Potter, what an amazing snipe on that play. One of the best goals the Varsity Blues have scored all tournament. Just a fantastic shot, perfectly placed. And 3-0 now. It's going to be very, very difficult for the X-Women to get back into this one, as the Varsity Blues just showcasing, you know, they may not be in the championship bracket, but they are the first seed.
That's Potter's 3rd goal of the tournament, the first today. Again, power play just humming along for the Varsity Blues. And not to get too ahead of ourselves here, but in the championship bracket as well, Alex, special teams have really been the theme, the story, if you will, of this tournament.
Yeah, if we look at the Mount Royal versus Montreal game yesterday, Montreal scored on the power play, so did the Cougars in that one. And then in the Concordia game, 2 goals, obviously, actually all 3 goals were on the man advantage. They went 3 for 4 in that game, and 7 out of the 8 goals Concordia have scored in the tournament have been on the man advantage.
So back to this Consolation final right now. Toronto up 3-0. After 3 power play markers, 2 in the first period. Eagles trying to fire one off, even strength this time. Frappier actually taking that, her teammate. Frappier, one of the graduating players from the program. And now McLeod teeing up against Fryer and in front of the net. Fryer actually is reading that no stick for Erica Fryer right now. Gets a little bit of help from her teammate, Eagles. Maggie Burbage out on the line now with Leah McLeod. And McLeod also one of the graduating players for the X-Women though. Hilton gonna keep it up, or Sutton rather. Over on the far side, Chan for the Varsity Blues. Intercepted by Sutton, who shakes off Céline Frappier. And Toronto regrouping in the neutral zone. Off the body of Makara there. And now comes Sutton looking for that feed. The X-Women coming in close, creating some different distractions. Switzer getting there. Makara was in front of the net, hoping for that rebound. Kept in, no, not. And there goes Eiley McEwen. And she's looking for that tip, and it just goes high, but what a play.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of plays like that throughout the weekend, but typically the puck always ends up going up and out of play because it's so much velocity. It's very hard for these players to keep the puck down along the ice. If they could do that, that puck would be in the back of the net 9 out of 10 times, and what a beautiful play that would have been.
So right now, the X-Women finding themselves down 3-0. All of those Toronto goals on the power play. Right now, even strength. So rookie Kaya Moss looking for Dabrowski. Veteran defenseman. It's been absolutely tremendous for the X-Women and leading from the blue line in so many ways. And of course, one of the players too who'll be leaving the program this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're with a team for so long, obviously, you get so attached to the program and the school, and it can be hard to leave. And you know, usher in a new chapter of your life, but obviously they'll be ex-women for life.
And Toronto now looking to score even strength. Why not? Setting up a chance here. Madeline Walsh keeping it in. As they go back and forth. Trickles into the neutral zone. Omoto. Setting up for Blaise Savoie. And now Walsh. Up to Grauberger. She's already got goals in this tournament. Tremendous on the stat sheet anyhow, and on the ice, of course. Potter just put away that third power play goal for the ex-women. Dabrowski trying to get by. Trussler teeing it up. Grauberger almost just unaware of where that puck went, but was set up there for the tip-in, and good read by Jamie Johnson. Potter now along the near side wall, swarming. As Trussler looks for that feed. Big shot by Athanasakos, and it's just a bit soft. That's twice now in that same circle where we've seen a similar effect on the puck. And Vakoza will just let it skim in the Toronto zone. Captain Josie Chisholm. Now Chan for Toronto with a pass over, and it's stopped by Jamie not once but twice. Johnson, good for the ex-women.
Yeah, those are two incredible saves right there by Jamie Johnson, just being able to get across the crease. It seemed like it was going to be a sure goal, but she was able to sprawl out and gets her arm out there, as we're seeing the replay here. And just a great opportunity by the Varsity Blues, but an even better save, and keeps it 3-0, so team still has a chance to get back into this.
And Céline Frappier just firing one off top of the circle there. Tad wide, but it's one of those shots that if the accuracy is in play, you're not going to miss. And now down deep behind the StFX zone just as quickly. McLeod carrying the puck through behind the net of Erica Fryer. Hardly tested so far in the second period. Toronto now looking for those feeds into the neutral zone. Frappier, but it'll be whistled down instead, and we'll regroup.
Yeah, and you know, so far it feels like the ex-women are a little bit dejected so far in this period. They haven't had a ton of offensive opportunities, 0 shots in this period. And, you know, obviously Erica Fryer will take that, and so will the Varsity Blues. But, you know, at this point in the tournament, sometimes it can be difficult to, you know, just keep the energy up.
Olivia Sutton winds up, and it's just wide, but right on the doorstep. Ex-women now protecting the blue line. Sutton again. And a big shot towards the net. Catches bodies along the near wall. Eagles looking to fly away, but Camden Switzer now. The pass up. And right in front of the net, Erica Fryer moving around, and it's whistled down.
Yeah, that was a fantastic save by Erica Fryer, coming up huge and just able to cradle the puck into her glove as it hit the top left shoulder. And the way she was moving around in her crease, I think everybody on the ice thought that there was a rebound or something, but she was just trying to get out of harm's way, make sure no one touches her, as we see that on the replay. And just a great job overall by the Toronto netminer.
And in a neutral zone draw now. The Blues in white, by the way, is the top seed. All the home teams wear their lighter colors here at the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. Lauren Omoto chasing the puck now. Madeline Walsh looking to bounce it off the near side boards and send it back. Tease something up. Even strength here for Toronto. Goal scored by different players as the ex-women find themselves back in their own end. Vivian Hinch, a goal scorer as well on the weekend so far. But the X-Women still looking to get on the board here in this consolation final. Playing for 5th place, a chance to finish with a win. Lauren Omoto will just send it down deep for Toronto here, as they have fresh legs out on the ice. Here comes Ellie Brown. She's teeing up, hoping for a long shot, can't get it off. Near side boards, X-Women. Thompson using the backboards as a teammate there. She'll rim it around. Potter, she's put one away already today. Now Abby Lewis for the X-Women trying to find Thompson. Along the near side, X-Women just trying to maintain possession here. They do. Dabrowski will slow it down. Using her great hockey vision here on the ice. See what she can put together. It's intercepted though by Potter. Potter looks to bat it down as Blaise Savoie comes blazing out of onto the ice, and she goes back to the bench now, fresh legs. Both sides trying out some different lines here. Francesca Monti and Natasha Athanasakos. Trussler calling forward. Trussler circling Jamie Johnson, but right now the X-Women carrying it up the other way. McLeod is hoping to touch Lewis. Now Dabrowski and getting in close. She'll swoop the other way. Van de Sample, McLeod. And a shot up. Touches Burbage's stick. And it's a bit of a quiet crowd now that has fallen over as we are 11.5 to go here in the second period. Natasha Athanasakos finding the puck now behind the net. As they cycle the puck. Eagles down deep. Trussler. And Jamie Johnson goes down. We'll take a moment here. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Alex Cole while Jamie Johnson just adjusts. I don't know if it was an equipment thing or what happened, but she sort of goes down and just needed a moment. That's why it was whistled.
Yeah, I think sometimes as a goaltender, you have these cramps. Sometimes you stretch out and you get a huge cramp in your calf or just your hamstring. And sometimes, you know, just the way she was moving her legs, something that I've certainly experienced a lot as a goaltender or just playing sports. So no harm, no foul, seems to be doing just fine.
So Toronto sets up and Lauren Omoto fires one down.
Yeah, and a good save there with the glove, obviously getting herself back into this one after seemingly being down for a little bit.
These two teams playing for 5th here in the 2022 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC. Thanks for joining us. The X-Women from Antigonish, Nova Scotia, hoping to take home a win and just caught offside. So breaking it down quickly, we talked about their last appearances in Nationals, both teams being in 2020, which was a one-day event before things got canceled for the pandemic. But in terms of 5th place finishes, Toronto has only finished 5th once in their 10 previous appearances, and that was 2006. And the 2 5th places for the StFX X-Women, who have been here now, this is their 16th time in this national competition. They've placed 5th in 2009 and 2005. So it's been a while for both these teams. They've, of course, placed elsewhere, including in the medal rounds since. But this is the best game, the best place for them to finish after being relegated into those consolation rounds. The way it works is you lose out in the quarterfinal, and this is the bracket you'll play in. And so Toronto, the top seed, looking to add to their tally. Eiley McEwen slowing it down. X-Women intercept. Coming in through, dropping down deep. Thompson does. This is played quick by Erica Fryer. We're approaching the halfway mark here in regulation. Vivian Hinch with a touch with her stick and a bit of a hit, and Leah McLeod battling for it as well along the far side boards. The X-Women trying to regroup, get together here. Right now, defend their zone. McLeod. Sutton as well on the ice for StFX. And up they go, a chance for Burbage to tip it in, and what a save by Fryer off the shoulder. the X-Women. Trying to get things going here. Good look for Burbage. And now Dabrowski up in the slot. And it's poked away. Another save, quick, off the stick. Coming fast off the stick of McLeod, Alex.
Yeah, that was a great save there. Glove save, standing up. And you love to see it when a goaltender doesn't always go down into butterfly to make a save. You know, sometimes it's one of those habits, something that my coaches instilled in me all the time. You know, you don't have to go down on every single shot like a lot of goalies we see these days. So a solid play there.
And whistled quick again as Fryer just decides to freeze the puck. And we break down the numbers really quick here, Alex. Toronto right now with a slight edge on shots on goal, 12-10. So that's not really the story with the numbers. The story is in the power play. Of course, 3 for 3 for the Varsity Blues, which is why they have this 3-0 lead right now, all on the power play. And it's been even strength since, and we can see these teams quite evenly matched in that sense. But here come the Blues. In fast, Madeline Walsh now, Sophie Graubarger looking for some space behind the net of Johnson. Up come the X-Women. Back to Dabrowski. She tries to save it with a dive. Nearly does, but Sophie Graubarger again up along the near wall. Getting help from Natasha Athanasakos and Captain Trussler right in front of the net. And that one scooped up instead as Switzer moves around, looks for that pass. Dabrowski gets it. Lots of minutes for Dabrowski. Of course, this her final game as an X-Woman. And Switzer. Around the boards. The Blues get going. Here's Céline Frappier and a chance. One-on-one. It's stopped by Johnson, and there is a delayed penalty coming against the X-Women. And that could certainly spell trouble, but we'll set it up right now. That's why Erica Fryer pulled. 6-on-5 at the moment right now for the Blues as they swarm that delayed penalty coming. And the X-Women, yes, just hoping to get a touch on the puck. So just talking about the fact, Alex, that Toronto has scored completely on a power play, and here they go yet again with the player advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're 3 for 3 on the power play in this game, and now they have an opportunity to go up 4-0 here. And obviously the X-Women, their discipline has been a bit of an issue, as we see Switzer is going to be the one to go to the box here, and a big opportunity for the Varsity Blues. You figure if they score here, they probably put the game away if they haven't already.
You just think how stacked, though, this Toronto power play unit is. The 3 goals scored so far on the power play by Lauren McDonnell to start it, and then Sophie Graubarger, and then Emma Potter. So far all shared. We'll see what happens here. X-Women looking for that perfect penalty kill. Potentially even a shorthanded chance. We have seen it before in this weekend's tournament. Not from the X-Women, but still. Vivian Hinch getting caught up on the puck. She's trying to get up. And now a chance for Carolyn Eagles. She'll settle it down, looks for Walsh. Fired up Céline Frappier. And that's gotta hurt. Vivian Hinch playing through the pain there. Now Walsh. Circling, setting up now. Over on the right, big shot through traffic, puck down. Blues, and a great hit out by the X-Women as they take a quick pause, switch out, and we're nearly a minute through this Toronto power play. They've gone 3 for 3 prior to this 4th chance with the player advantage. The captain, Trussler, over there. She's already got an assist on the day, 4 overall this weekend. Varsity Blues Hilton will just send it around the backboards. Coming up to meet it, Kaya Moss for the X-Women. Playing big minutes on the PK. Emma Potter sending it down the near wall. Back behind Sophie Graubarger. Captain Trussler to Potter. Potter to Hilton. Trussler Hilton. Fires it. Stopped by Johnson. Great read through a clogged lane, and final 20 seconds to go here on Toronto's 4th power play of the game. Potter fires it in. And the net is knocked off its moorings, so they'll whistle it.
Yeah, and as we were explaining actually all throughout yesterday, is they had changed the pegs on the nets because there was a game, Concordia versus Nipissing, the quarterfinal match. It was the final quarterfinal matchup on Friday, and the net kept coming off. It was delaying the game quite a bit, so they re-upped their strategy. They decided to fix the nets, and we haven't seen the moorings come off as much. Obviously, it's hard not to come off when you have a skate sort of press up against it.
Final 10 seconds here of a Toronto power play. They wind up and gloved easily by Jamie Johnson. Again, the shots on goal have been fairly steady, but Toronto racking it up here now, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, when you have all these power play chances, it's an easy time to just get shots on goal. But Jamie Johnson standing tall right now, keeping this score at 3-0. That's all she can do right now.
And the first effective penalty kill for the StFX X-Women this game. They were really good on the PK coming into this one. But the power play units of Toronto just proving difficult until that go right there. Now Carolyn Eagles trying to keep it in near side. Erica Fryer playing it quick. Ice feeling slightly tilted. Again, it does come down to those special teams moments. As Ellie Brown goes into the boards, and lots of sliding here on this ice. This rink seeing 4 games yesterday up high into the glove, but yes, 4 games yesterday, all 8 teams playing in semifinals Saturday. Alex Cole and myself, Daniela Ponticelli, we had a chance to see every single one of those games.
Yeah, and it was a phenomenal day of hockey, but one thing we saw with the ice is as the day went on, you started to see a little bit more instances where the puck would stick to the ice, where players were falling down. So something to see, especially when we have the gold medal game at 7 o'clock. It'll be the 3rd game of the day.
And so coming up now along the far side, Blaise Savoie looking for Greco in front of the net. It's tipped in and it's good. Popped into the air, dropped down behind the line, and it's 4-0. This time, even strength for the Varsity Blues.
Yeah, and a very fluky goal at that, as that one just sort of rolled up and over Jamie Johnson, and now 4-0 for the Varsity Blues, and you have to figure they're going to hold on to a lead like that. There's only about 24.5 minutes left in regulation if you count the 3rd period, and, you know, perhaps we could see our first you-know-what of the tournament. I'm not going to say the words, but I think everyone at home knows what I'm talking about.
You can't count out the X-Women. They put together 7 goals in their Consolation semifinal. Again, we're here to watch some great hockey, and so far it has been, as Alex was just saying, a bit of a fluky goal, and now a penalty coming. As the X-Women touch the puck. So this one will give the X-Women a power play. And of course, this is not the only championship happening this weekend. Canada's best university men's hockey teams are in Charlottetown for the 2023 Cavendish Farms University Cup Championship. Catch tonight's semifinals on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and the CBC Sports app. It'll be UNB Reds and the Alberta Golden Bears in that men's gold medal game starting 6 p.m. Eastern, and their bronze game is at noon.
Yeah, and that game will be between PEI and the defending champs, the Université de Québec at Trois-Rivières Patriotes, a team that, you know, I think as somebody who covers Concordia, we know that team all too well at this point.
Of course, the women's bronze medal game going at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then the gold medal game at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Toronto will just send it down deep. Again, we're on a power play now for StFX. They haven't had quite as many chances up until this point.
Yeah, and for the X-Women, it's been a struggle to get going on the power play. We've seen 3 power plays so far. We're in the middle of the 3rd, and they haven't wanted to. Erica Fryer has only seen about 4 shots in this period as a whole, and, you know, it's just been a bit of a struggle for StFX in this match, but the Varsity Blues, they've just been fantastic from puck drop.
So StFX is actually the team in blue as the lower seed, the number 7 seed in this tournament overall. With the player advantage right now, McCara trying to send it down, looking for Brown. Brown gets, I won't say tripped up because that wasn't the call, but basically on Abby Howland. And anyhow, behind the net again they go, having to work out down deep from their zone. Brown in the neutral zone gets by McKenna. And the puck sent down along the far wall. Varsity Blues showing off their strength on the penalty kill. 34 seconds to go. The X-Women just trying to gather themselves. They are the team with the extra player out on the ice. And they'll look for McLeod, one of their leaders. Also a FISU gold medalist as well. For Team Canada, as Kaya Moss will look to meet Chloe Vukoza, and that gets chipped up and sent around. 5 seconds left here on the power play, and the X-Women unable to get clicking. But Switzer will fire one down, why not? Near side point, gets saved by Fryer. And play will continue, final 2 minutes here in the second. Frappier will test Johnson. The puck is loose and kept out by McLeod. Frappier with 1 assist so far on the night. Captain Trussler coming up quick. Weaving through, getting close to Johnson. Another kick save, stick side. Johnson again facing many tests so far in this game. Burbage getting in close. Stopped by Olivia Hilton. Minute 20 to go here in the second period. It is quiet inside Sepsim at the University of Montreal, and an icing call. Alex, where are we at? You're a team, you're down 4 right now, but there's still at least another 20 minutes of regulation, and a minute 15 still left in the second.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I think that the X-Women might have to take a page out of their opponents from yesterday, the Nipissing Lakers, who were pulling their goalie with 19 minutes to go in the game. I mean, you know, you might as well just try anything. You're going for 5th place. Why not?
And so Thompson will try to make a go of it. Mazur also chipping it back, and it'll be interesting to see how Ben Berthomeu settles his team down and gives them that talk of what we need to do to gather ourselves. The final 40 seconds winds down. And the Varsity Blues will fire it down deep. Still applying pressure here, Isabella Greco. Unable to get by the X-Women. They'll look for that tip in the slot. Final 10, winding down. And a big save to slow things down with 0.7 seconds left on the clock, Alex. So right after this draw, they'll head into the locker room.
Yeah, and a good save there by Jamie Johnson. A heads-up play there, getting out to the top of her crease with a bad giveaway behind the net. And StFX now, their energy levels starting to drop here, down 4-0. It's unfortunate, but you know, when you play, they've played 8 periods of hockey. At this point, it can sort of wear on you as a team, especially with that game against the Lakers being so taxing emotionally.
And so a period that started 2-0, now 4-0 here in the second after goals. First on the power play by Emma Potter, helped by Natasha Athanasakos and Abby Howland, and then even strength, 15.5 into the second period. Caitlin McKnight, helped by Juliette Blais-Savoie and Isabella Greco. We'll see how the X-Women respond. Again, they clawed their way, not really clawed, but 7-3 to get into this consolation final. They're going to regroup now in the locker room and figure out how to get around this Varsity Blues defense. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Alex Cole, and you're watching U Sports on CBC.
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Saint-Hubert, Côte-des-Neiges, and Complexe Desjardins Rotisseries are proud partners of the U Sports 2023 Canadian Women's Hockey Championship. Welcome back. Every year, U Sports celebrates its best student athletes, honoring major accomplishments in each sport. Here are the nominees and the winner of the 2023 U Sports Player of the Year Award.
The nominees for the Broderick Trophy as the U Sports Outstanding Women's Hockey Player of the Year are, en nomination pour le trophée Broderick comme athlète de l'année U-Sport en hockey féminin, des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Kendra Woodland, Université du Nouveau-Brunswick, UNB. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSCQ, Audrey-Anne Veillette, Université de Montréal, Montreal. Du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Leah Herford, Université de Waterloo, University of Waterloo. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Tatum Amy, Université Mount Royal University. La lauréate du trophée Broderick décerné à la joueuse de l'année en hockey féminin U-Sport est, the winner of the Broderick Trophy as the U-Sports Player of the Year in Women's Hockey is, Kendra Woodland, Université du Nouveau-Brunswick, UNB.
Right now, through 40 minutes in this consolation final for 5th place, the top seed Toronto Varsity Blues lead 4-0 over the 7th seed StFX X-Women, but still 20 minutes at the very least left in regulation. So we'll see what StFX can put together, the AUS finalists here in this consolation bracket. Again, Toronto with a 4-0 lead after adding 2 in the second from Emma Potter and Caitlin McKnight, the first for McKnight in this tournament. And of course, Emma Potter's 3rd goal overall this weekend. We'll be back with more. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
This season, catch the best in Atlantic University sport excitement at home or on the go with AUS TV. Soccer, rugby, football, volleyball, hockey, basketball, and more. Tune in at AUSTV.ca. All your favorite university teams showcasing their talents in one place. AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. They bring it to the court. They bring it to the field. They bring it to the ice. And now they bring it to you. Presented by Subway, the official fuel of Atlantic University Sport.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui occupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
This period of U Sports on CBC is presented by. Cette période d'hockey universitaire vous est présentée par Saint-Hubert, proud partners of the U Sports Women's Hockey Championship, fier partenaire du championnat de hockey féminin U-Sport.
Welcome back to the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC. I am Daniela Ponticelli alongside Alex Cole. And we are here, final championship Sunday right now, starting with the Consolation final, fighting for 5th place. And Toronto Varsity Blues coming into this weekend, the top seed, toppled in their first quarter final. That one to the MRU Cougars, who will be playing for gold against the Concordia Stingers tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Anyhow, Toronto finds themselves here right now with a 4-0 lead, 3 of those goals on the power play. Meanwhile, StFX, the 7th seed, the AUS finalists, they're here too, and they still have 20 minutes to prove something and get on the board. Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen that there hasn't been a single goaltender to get a shutout in the tournament so far. And Erica Fryer is trying to be the first here. And I think the X-Women will be very motivated to make sure that that does not happen, that the goal streaks continue here. But we look at the breakdown on screen. 17-11 in favor of the Varsity Blues. Power plays 3 for 4 as opposed to 0 for 3 for StFX. Block shots and face-offs, StFX is winning those battles, but just barely. There's been a total of 47 face-offs. 24 have been won by the X-Women.
And so, here we go in the final 20. Ben Berthomew leading his team out here, the head coach of the StFX X-Women, proud native of Nova Scotia. And one thing is to be said about this team, they have had many nationals appearances and certainly would like to start putting together some more in closer succession, so to speak, and we'll see what happens from here. But either way, they've got a great start. They do have graduating players out on the ice, including netminder Jamie Johnson, Lauren Dabrowski, Chloe Lukoza, Captain Josie Chisholm, Jaden Thompson, and Leah McLeod. And those names we've been saying so many times. The X-Women also putting together, by the way, the most goals scored by a single team so far. Of course, you got to put that little caveat there. But, and also combined total, of course, 7-3 for 10 goals in that consolation semifinal to bring them here.
Yeah, and you know, we haven't seen a single team score 5 goals on a goaltender in this tournament. We saw Concordia score 5 against Nipissing, but 4 of those were with the goaltender in the net, and then StFX yesterday scoring 7. 2 of those were empty nets. So basically the X-Women have had the most impressive offensive performance of the tournament, but today they've just been a little bit flat. And you know, obviously in the first period, Erica Fryer definitely saw a lot of rubber and made some great saves. So she'll be looking to keep up that momentum in the third, but now really it's just the X-Women. They're looking to play for pride because at 4-0, it's gonna be difficult.
And again, for both of these two teams, this is the way the season ends, and this is how the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship ends. And so it is with great pride that they play for that win. Already a great start to this championship Sunday. Up next, of course, the bronze medal game at 3 p.m. The men's hockey bronze game is underway right now in Charlottetown, PEI. So much championship U Sport action all weekend long. Thanks for joining us here today. So the X-Women are the team in blue, despite the varsity blues being on the ice. They're the team in white as the top seed, the home. And right now just checking some ice integrity, making sure things are good in front of the net of Erica Fryer.
Yeah, we've been speaking on the ice integrity all weekend long, and you know, as a goaltender, you want to make sure that your ice is perfect. You don't want your crease to have any chips in it, and so good job there by the officials to just patch that up.
And the third period is underway. Teams vying for fifth, the best ranking you can finish with in the consolation bracket. And with the consolation bracket, that makes this 8-team tournament in an 11-game event. It's absolutely tremendous here for U Sports Women's Hockey. A great showcase all weekend long. And StFX have been tremendous competitors through it all. Maggie Burbage, leading scorer, not only for the X-Women, but across U Sports Women's Hockey. Josie Chisholm now, again, one of the graduating players. A final period of hockey and maybe some overtime. We'll see what happens. Camden Switzer switching it up along the line. That gets freed. Now McDonnell, she opens scoring today on the power play for Toronto. Those first 3 goals for the Varsity Blues, all on special teams. In front of the net now, Chisholm helping out Johnson. As Carolyn Eagles keeps it in play for the Varsity Blues. Eagles opening scoring for the Blues overall on the weekend. And Switzer getting by Francesca Monti. Firing it down, was looking for that pass in front of the net. Brown will send it back before heading to the bench. Céline Frappier, one of the leaders of the Varsity Blues, one of the comeback kids as they call him, came back from an injury and really got things going for Toronto as they became OUA champions. Into the far corner they go. Céline Frappier able to put together 11 points in 14 games, 8 of those on assists, and she had another one this morning. Toronto looking for Eiley McEwen, and Lauren Dabrowski was trying to slow her down. McEwen fires it, catches the body of Sutton. And the X-Women looking to defend up high, right in front of the net. McEwen. Now McCara giving chase. Potter. And Jaden Thompson will settle it down for the X-Women. Another one of their graduating players, along with Dabrowski, circling back along the near wall. She gets rubbed out. And we'll whistle down that board battle.
Yeah, and that's going to be a body checking penalty there actually along the board. So StFX, they're going to get their 4th power play of the game, and this will be an opportunity for them to finally get on the board.
And we'll take another look at that moment. This is quite the angle that we get. What a great view from our fantastic CBC crew here in Montreal. We are inside Sepsum at the University of Montreal. The Carabins will play in the bronze medal game and fired quick. What a read, though, for Erica Fryer. Gloves it easily.
Yeah, she saw that the whole way and was able to just track it right into the netting of her glove.
Again, so far, of course, the scoreless X-Women unable to get on the board. They're hoping to do so now on this power play. Dabrowski setting up for that shot right in front of the net. Fryer right on top of the puck.
Yeah, and that was probably the best opportunity that the X-Women have had all day to score, as they were just right in front of the goal. But Erica Fryer, once again, using her pads, making sure she can trap that puck and get the whistle.
X-Women in formation. Maggie Burbage now. Up to McLeod. McLeod feeds right to Dabrowski, but Céline Frappier getting in the way for the Varsity Blues. Now Burbage again, trying to redirect. Getting pestered by this Varsity Blues penalty kill unit right in front of the net. Dabrowski unable to keep it in. The puck just whipped down the ice. Minute 15 to go here in the StFX power play. Their fourth of the game. They have yet to capitalize. We'll see. Getting in close, and a shot just behind the net. Dabrowski intercepted by Frappier. Frappier shorthanded now, looking to make something go. No, just dump it down deep instead. Now out on the ice, Abby Howland, their Toronto's player of the game in the Consolation semifinal. Captain Chisholm for the X-Women, coming in fast, fires it. Rimmed around, McCara will collect it along the near wall. Bit of a pile up and a run for it from Brown. As the X-Women again look to get going. Less than 20 seconds left, and the puck is now all the way over behind the net of Johnson. StFX, less than 10 seconds to go here with the player advantage, trying to get moving on far side. And outdone by this Varsity Blues penalty kill.
Yeah, the Varsity Blues penalty kill has been phenomenal so far. 4 for 4 for them, and StFX, they just cannot get on the board right now. They're really struggling to get shots.
Athanasakos looking for that pass. And Trussler loosens the puck. But Thompson now putting on the speed, looking for those feeding passes. Up to Mazur, and that gets covered up instead by Fryer.
Yeah, good job there by Fryer to just slow the play down. And, you know, for Toronto, it's being able to kill off those penalties is just giving them a lot of confidence in themselves, in their defense, in their goaltender. And, you know, coming out of the play, they're just doing a great job of breaking out of their zone, creating offensive chances down the other way.
Teed up, blocker side of Erica Fryer. The Varsity Blues will win that draw. And Isabella Greco looks to clear it out. Up to McKnight, who's also got a goal on the board so far. All 4 of Toronto's goals in this game scored by different players. And coming up quick, Taylor Trussler. She's put together so many. Oh no, that's Isabella Greco. Now looking to help Blaise Savoie as the X-Women come through with the puck. Vivian Hinch showing her strength out on the ice. And Jaden Thompson. X-Women will bat it down. Now shots on goal favoring Toronto 17-13 at this time. Face-off wins tied at 26 apiece. And Céline Frappier trying to weave by Kaya Moss. Shrugs off Frappier. Frappier playing in her final game as well. The Toronto Varsity Blues. Now Olivia Hilton, down deep, played off the stick of Jamie Johnson. Dabrowski in the far corner. And a quiet. Now Lauren McDonnell, she comes up on her own teammate, Maggie Burbage. Over to Vukoza, she tries to fire it off. Interrupted by Potter down the slot. And the Varsity Blues continue on. Whistles at a premium as the gameplay goes back and forth, and Van de Sample looking to make something happen here. The Blues, Abby Howland dumping it down deep. McCara along the near side wall. Francesca Monti unable to keep it in for the Blues. Will play it along the center line. As time just keeps winding down, entering this third and final frame in regulation here with that 4-0 lead from Toronto. Along the far side wall, Eiley McEwen now looking for Eagles. That's stopped by one of the X-women. Now, Anna McCara. There will be a penalty coming to the Varsity Blues. There's the whistle for it as well. It's been a championship weekend for so many sports in U Sports, including women's volleyball. CBC Sports is your home for the 2023 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship, presented by Mikasa from Vancouver.
Yeah, and you know, just the Varsity Blues, they've been taking a lot of penalties in this one. They've taken 5 so far, and the X-women still haven't been able to score. So, you know, they just keep sort of poking the bear, and perhaps the X-women will respond at this time. There's about 12 minutes left in the game, and they feel like they need to get one now.
This line has been teeing up for a while. Leah McLeod looking for that feed to Bukoza. Set up in the slot down low. Dabrowski from the near side point. Bowled over by Natasha Athanasakos, just attacking the puck here on the kill for Toronto. And there's what they do and have been doing when shorthanded. They'll just fire it down deep. And the X-women then coming up, Maggie Burbage flying through, trying a different angle down past the goal line. Putting some speed on the puck too. Now Dabrowski. Calm and collected, creating a lane. And the X-women with one of their best chances so far in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. But Erica Fryer, who else, coming cross crease with the pad, making sure the lower part of the net is covered, and then we see the net coming off the moorings there as Fryer's skate had just kind of sort of pushed it off, a complete accident. But a great job by the X-women to set up that play as we watch the replay here. An awesome job there by Lauren Dabrowski, and then finally we get the shot on goal there for McDonald, who just unable to put it away. Actually, that was Leah McLeod.
And now into the near side corner. The X-women in blue with just shy of a minute left here in their power play. Their 4th of the game. 5th, rather, of the game. As you can tell by the score, they've been unable to capitalize since. And part of it is this Toronto penalty killing unit. The pressure they apply, the checking from Abby Howland. But now, setting up Switzer. Looking to fire it off, but Potter in the way, blocks it again with her leg. Now for a wraparound. And Fryer will just cover it up.
Yeah, the X-women actually thought they had Fryer fooled there. She was more in the middle of the net, coming towards the left, but ended up realizing, oh no, the puck's to my right, was able to just push off very easily and then made that save. And the X-women feel like, what more do we have to do to get a goal right now? They're starting to get more shots in this period, and Erica Fryer just shutting the door at every stop.
22 seconds to go into the halfway point of this third period here, and StFX still looking to get up on the board. 24 seconds left in a power play, and officials just having a quick debrief on what exactly happened in front of the net after speaking with Erica Fryer. Shots on goal favoring Toronto now just slightly, 18-15. Still face-off wins even at 27 apiece. So we're having a discussion here at the bench, and we'll quickly tee up the fact that the championship bracket bronze medal game coming up at 3 p.m. between the number 2 seed UBC Thunderbirds and the number 5 seed, but hosts Montreal Carabin at 3 p.m. Eastern. So now we'll have some offsetting power plays, as at least for 24 seconds at most, as the ex-women take a seat in the penalty box, and it's a 4-minute one at that.
Yeah, Anna Makara is going to go to the box, and we're not too sure what that was about, but it was a long conversation that ended up leading to this situation here. So the Varsity Blues are going to have a very long power play coming up in about 14 seconds.
Very long if the ex-women are successful in keeping them at bay. And again, 3 of the power plays so far for Toronto have been successful. Lauren Omoto will keep it in check. We'll get more information on that penalty in just a moment, but right now, Kaya Moss just trying to keep the puck away from Jamie Johnson, as StFX ex-women were not hoping to have to be on a kill like this right now. If they're successful, it'll be another 3:20 to go. So they'll just send it down deep. The rookie Kaya Moss has had plenty of minutes in this game so far. And now in the neutral zone. A little bit of a readjustment. And I believe our stats officials also trying to work on determining the cause there. And meanwhile, Emma Potter will take her time. She's already put away a goal today, and Hilton releases. Still on the power play with plenty of time to go. 2.5, Toronto hoping to use traffic to their advantage. Olivia Sutton looks to bat it down. Olivia Hilton will slow it up to Céline Frappier as her line sets up. McDonnell parked in front of the net. Walsh just got to get by Dabrowski. Walsh again, teeing up from center, bit of a soft shot. And Micaiah Mazur will give chase down into the far corner. So the penalty was on Anna Makara, of course, but body checking ×2. And now a short-handed chance. Chloe Vukoza getting in close, and a chance for Mazur to follow up. Can't do it. But a strong look from the penalty killing unit here for StFX, and an offside for Taylor Trussler.
Yeah, and this is by far the weakest power play that the Varsity Blues have had so far. They're 3 for 4 right now, and you know, they had that double minor, so they could have sort of extended. Had they scored before the 2-minute mark, they would still be on the power play. But just unfortunately, they just can't get anything going, and they only have about 1:25 to start the cycle. But credit to the ex-women for, you know, just doing a good job of stopping them and playing a solid third period defensively.
Alex Cole, Daniela Ponticelli with you. This is the Consolation final for 5th place, and right now, Toronto maintaining a lead. They came into this third frame with 4-0, 3 of those on the power play, and right now, still 1.5 minutes at most to go in another power play. Sophie Graubarger, who's put together a number of goals this weekend, out on the ice, and Olivia Hilton watches the puck slide by. We talked about how Toronto really shared the score sheet today. Their goals all scored by different players, including Graubarger. Here comes Captain Trussler. She's yet to score a goal, but she's put together 4 assists on the weekend. Right in front of the net, Potter down the slot. Leah McLeod will push that puck away. 45 seconds to go for the ex-women here, short-handed if they can be successful, but the game clock is well winding down, and yet to get on the board. Yet to get one past Erica Fryer. Now Madeline Walsh flying up the near side. Vanna Sample putting her stick down low. McKnight hoping to help. Frappier can't get the rebound. And the ex-women carry on. 20 seconds left on this double minor penalty kill. And the ex-women again able to defend. 6.5 minutes to go in the game though, and they got to move quick to get some points on the board. Captain Josie Chisholm looks to get it by as the clock winds out, and what a statement finish. Johnson freezing the puck, but wow, great penalty killing from the ex-women.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't think we saw Jamie Johnson have to make a single save. in that 3-minute and 30-second power play. It was a great showing defensively from the X-Women, obviously playing with a ton of pride right now. Although they were still down 4-0 in this game, but finishing strong, obviously had a difficult first 40 minutes, but I like how they're playing, you know, they're not giving up or rolling over in any single way.
And the X-Women in blue now, coming up quick, setting something up. Jaden Thompson, that gets chipped up high. The Blues really want to protect this, not only this lead, but the way it stands on the scoreboard. Francesca Monti. Eileen McEwen. But Micaiah Mazur for the X-Women has been tremendous out on the ice. And Lauren Dabrowski playing in her final game as an X-Women. Played off the stick of Erica Fryer in net. So far, Erica Fryer with 15 saves. On the morning, I continue to want to say on the night, but we are here during the daytime. This first final of the day for 5th place consolation final at the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. Abby Howland will just rocket one in the far side corner. Eileen McEwen getting in close. She touched the scorecard yesterday. Isabella Greco on the ice. And Blaise Savoie, front of the net now. Close for comfort at even strength at that.
Yeah, and a couple of solid saves there by Jamie Johnson, who hasn't seen a lot of action throughout this period, has only seen about 3 shots so far, and 2 of them came right there on that instance. And it's interesting to see how the Varsity Blues, after being so offensive throughout the start of the game, haven't really been able to get anything going in this period.
4:45 to go in regulation, and the X-Women trying to make something happen. Isabella Greco unable to fire that one off. She's got 1 assist on the weekend so far. Lauren Omoto actually make that 2 assists, given that she got 1 in this game, and she also helped in the quarterfinal. Now down deep, Maggie Burbage. Oh, her effort there stopped by the defense of Madeline Walsh. Fired from the point into the slot. Another chance. Burbage tried to rip one, but Toronto will collect themselves. Captain Taylor Trussler, who's put together so many assists on the weekend so far. Leah McLeod making it happen for StFX as Captain Chisholm chips it down.
Yeah, an icing there, and StFX, they're doing a good job this period. The Varsity Blues, though, an excellent job of chipping away at the clock. Obviously, as I said earlier on the last break, they haven't really generated much offensively, but they haven't needed to. They've just played a very solid defensive period. You know, they wind down the time, they cycle around when they are in the X-Women's zone, and that's exactly what you want to do when you're up by 4.
And so much time spent in the X-Women's zone. Chloe Vukoza also playing in her final game with StFX. Wound up. Lauren McDonnell, of course, she opened scoring in this game today for the StFX, or rather for the Varsity Blues. Some other teams arriving right now in venue for the upcoming championship brackets. Of course, the bronze medal game 3 p.m. Eastern, and gold tonight at 7 p.m. We are live in Montreal. It's been an absolute treat being here, and StFX again playing hard here in this consolation final. A tough matchup with the top seed Toronto Varsity Blues. Abby Howland behind her back to McEwen, doesn't connect. Kaya Moss will bring it up, and now here's a chance. Switzer coming in with speed, but she's stymied by Potter. Potter with a goal already today, just to add to her tally. That's 3rd of the tournament for Emma Potter. Into the far corner, final 2.5 minutes coming up here in regulation, and the Varsity Blues staying strong, putting on the speed. Eileen McEwen taking on 2 X-Women going into the boards. Vivian Hinch defending there for StFX. And Ellie Brown will shoot it down. Ellie Brown opening scoring for StFX in this tournament in the quarterfinal. Ella Van de Sample slowing it down, looking for Micaiah Mazur. Final 2 minutes to go. As Captain Josie Chisholm, who will also be saying farewell to the StFX program, playing her final minutes here in blue. Ella Van de Sample over to Chisholm. Forcing Fryer to make the save, Alex.
Yeah, and a quick save there by Fryer, but an easy one at that. And obviously Erica Fryer looking to finish this game off strong, hasn't allowed a single goal today. If she's able to keep a puck out for the next 97 seconds, she will become the first goaltender of the tournament to register a shutout.
And 1:37 to go here in regulation. Toronto Varsity Blues, their players on the ice knowing in order to protect that 4-0 lead, they need to keep the play in the X-Women's zone. StFX, so much heart. Been an absolute treat to watch. Of course, putting together a 7-3 consolation semifinal win to get here today. Playing a third game on the national stage. Natasha Athanasakos looking for that pass. Trussler diving for it. Now Dabrowski over to Burbage. Back to Dabrowski. Little drop pass to Burbage. Looking for a feed to Dabrowski. It's just wide. We're in the final minute of play here in the consolation final. Looking for a wraparound in front of the net. That is stopped by Eagles. And Natasha Athanasakos will play keep away all day. Chloe Vukoza looking to knock it loose for the X-Women, and a chance for Dabrowski to let one rip. Instead, Toronto, they will block. They will sacrifice their bodies to the end here, as one of their own needs to step off the bench. That's Natasha Athanasakos. That was just a hard hit she took to block that one.
Yeah, absolutely. But laying out the body, obviously sacrificing a lot, even with 30 seconds left in the game. You want to give it your all till the final buzzer. You traveled all this way to Nationals as the #1 seed. And, you know, the Varsity Blues, after being upset by the Cougars, they went on a very nice run in the consolation bracket.
30 seconds to go, and the sticks on the board as the X-Women are rallying and just reminding all their players and every player whose final game it is on the ice right now in U Sports that they are so cherished and appreciated. Leah McLeod will fire one, and it catches the toe of Fryer. Final seconds. And there it goes. Erica Fryer with a statement shutout win for Toronto. 4-0, the first shutout of the 2023 U Sports Women's Championship, coming on day 4, no less, game number 9 for 5th place, and a finish with a win for Toronto.
Yeah, and Toronto is about as strong as a 5th place team you could imagine. They came in as the OUA champions. They were the first seeded team. Obviously, as I mentioned, they lost to the Cougars, but you know, it wasn't like they played bad that game. It was a very tight game, 3-2. It wasn't the result they were hoping for, but they didn't let it discourage them. They came right back against UNB and then did the same thing here tonight against StFX.
Well, we want to make sure everyone gets the credit they deserve. So today, the goal scoring started just shy of 3 minutes into the first period on the power play. Lauren McDonnell helped by Céline Frappier and Caitlin McKnight, and that was the first time McKnight and Frappier found the score sheet, in fact, along with McDonnell. And then Toronto's Sophie Grauberger adding to the tally with another power play marker in the first, just a little later on within the final 3 minutes. But Grauberger, no stranger to the score sheet. In fact, she already put together 1 goal, 1 assist in the semifinal, helped by Taylor Trussler for her 4th assist of the tournament, and along with Emma Potter. Emma Potter, we've been saying her name quite a bit. She scored the 3rd goal, that one at even strength, helped by Natasha Athanasakos and Abby Howland, and then McKnight putting the 4th and final goal away in the second period, helped by Juliette Blais-Savoie and Isabella Greco. We are going to tee up now for the Nike Players of the Game, and of course awarding the 5th place win to Toronto with a 4-0 shutout here to close out the consolation bracket. Players of the game previously for Toronto, Carolyn Eagles in the quarterfinal, scoring that opening goal for Varsity Blues in that 3-2 loss to the Mount Royal University Cougars in regulation. Then Abby Howland in the semifinal for all she did to get them here to this consolation final. Ellie Brown, credited for all her work with the X-Women. She has been tremendous. She's got 1 goal on the weekend. The first, actually, of the tournament for the X-Women in a game where they desperately needed to score. They tied it up, took it to overtime, the only overtime game so far of the tournament as well. And over on the other side,
yeah, Emma Potter getting it there, and obviously well-deserved as well. Just a phenomenal presence, had a goal today, scored the 4th goal of the game for Toronto, and, you know, just a great way to end off this tournament.
I mean, Emma Potter, completely just a strong player. Already had 2 goals coming into this game, added a 3rd and an assist as well. So there it goes. Toronto adding a 5th place finish to their run at Nationals. This is the 11th time they've been here. They've only finished 5th one other time. That was in 2006. So quite a few years between there, Alex. And over for the StFX X-Women, they have finished 6th place 7 times. This is now number 8. And we hope to see both of these teams playing again very soon on the national stage. But for now, they will go home after what is certainly a growth weekend here in Montreal. It's been an absolute pleasure to see both these teams play. The incredible efforts from the top seed, Toronto Varsity Blues, taking this 5th place finish 4-0 for the first shot out of the tournament over the StFX X-Women. Coming up next, the big championship bronze medal game between the number 2 seed UBC Thunderbirds and the number 5, but the host, the Montreal Caravan. This barn is going to get loud. All that action underway. 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on CBC. On behalf of Alex Cole and our entire crew here in Montreal, I'm Daniela Ponticelli. Goodbye.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.